Hello dear students, how are you all? Welcome to One Page Biology. So this is Praful and I welcome you all to my YouTube channel. So unlike the previous videos, in the previous video I was covering past HSC year board questions or CBSE questions. But in this video I am going to cover one very important NEET question which had appeared in last year's paper. That is nothing but 2022. So dear students, are you ready for the video? So now as you can see on the screen, the question is from the NEET paper 2022 and the question had appeared in section A botany part. So what is the question? The question says that which of the following plant shows Vexillary aestivation as well as Diadelphous Stamens. Now dear students, I'm sure by reading the question you might feel it is a little tough question, but let me tell you it is not at all a tough question. The question is directly taken from the chapter called as Morphology of Flowering Plants from the 11th standard NCERT, and hence dear student it is very important to refer the NCERT textbook when you are preparing for biology. So going back to the question dear students, if you carefully see, the question is asking us about which of the following plant shows Vexillary aestivation and Diadelphous Stamens. So let us see the options. The options are Colchicum autumnale, second is Pisum sativum, third is Allium cepa, and the fourth option is Solanum nigrum. Now dear students, first let us try to divide this question into two parts. The first part is asking us which of the following parts show Vexillary aestivation. So let us try and understand what exactly is aestivation. Now dear students, when we talk about aestivation, what exactly is aestivation? Aestivation means it is the arrangement of petals or sepals of a particular flower. Now dear students, you all know that flowers have got different parts, like for example the male part which is known as androecium, the female part which is known as gynoecium. They also have petals, they also have sepals, but there is always a particular arrangement of petals and sepals in the flower. So for example, if you happen to come across a particular flower, if you are in a park, next time you try and observe the arrangement of petals of that flower. So you will see that there is a particular arrangement. So this arrangement of petals or sepals of a flower is called as aestivation. So now the second question arises in our mind is there only one type of aestivation? Is there only one type of arrangement of flower? No dear students. So there are different types of arrangements of petals. So there are basically, let me tell you, 5 different types of aestivations as far as syllabus is concerned. So let us try and understand what are the 5 basic types of aestivation. Now, the very first aestivation is called as Valvate Aestivation. Now dear students, Valvate Aestivation, what is this kind of aestivation? In this particular type of aestivation, if you clearly notice, basically the petals of the flower are basically just touching each other. That means the margins of the petal are just touching each other. They are not at all overlapping each other. They are simply touching each other. Such type of aestivation is called as Valvate Aestivation. Here the best example of Valvate Aestivation is nothing but Calotropis flower. What is the next kind of aestivation dear students? The next kind of aestivation is called as Twisted Aestivation. In this particular aestivation, the petals are overlapping each other. If you notice the petals carefully dear students, they are overlapping each other. Also remember, in this particular aestivation, the petals are overlapping in a particular direction. You can consider it as a clockwise direction. So here the best example of twisted aestivation is nothing but ladyfinger flower. Let me tell you the next type of aestivation. So in this particular aestivation, dear student, this is called as Imbricate Aestivation. The best example of Imbricate Aestivation is Gulmohar flower. But here dear students, the petals are not overlapping each other in a particular direction like the Twisted Aestivation. Here the arrangement of petals is in different direction. So they are overlapping in different directions. So this is known as Imbricate Aestivation. Now dear students, this is the fourth kind of aestivation which is called as Quincuntial Aestivation. Now dear students, in Quincuntial Aestivation, you can see that there is a particular arrangement of petals. So the petals are again overlapping each other, but they are overlapping each other in a spiral manner. So when the petals are overlapping each other in a spiral manner, such type of aestivation is called as Quincuntial Aestivation. The best example of Quincuntial Aestivation is Cassia flower. And the last type of aestivation, dear students, the last type of aestivation here, it is known as Vexillary Aestivation. In Vexillary Aestivation, you can see there is a large standard petal, right, inside which there are two lateral petals, and inside the two lateral petals there is a two small boat-shaped structured petals which are called as keel, right? So such type of aestivation is known as Vexillary Aestivation, and the best example of Vexillary Aestivation is Pea Flower. I hope, dear students, you have got a pretty much idea about what are the five basic type of aestivations and how is the arrangement of petals. Now let me tell you what is the arrangement of stamens on the flower. So if you talk about the very first type of arrangement called as epipetalis, let me tell you, here the word epi means surface, petalis means petal. So if the stamens are attached to the surface of the petal, that means suppose if this is a petal and the stamen is attached to the surface of the petal, such a type of arrangement is called as epipetalis stamen. Here the best example of epipetalis stamen is brinjal flower. Here the example of lily plant, it is called as Epiphyllous Lily. The reason why is it called Epiphyllous Lily, because, dear students, here the petals and the sepals are the same. So whenever the petals and sepals are looking the same, such a type floral whorls are called as perianth. And here the stamens are attached directly to the perianth, and that's why it is called as Epiphyllous Lily. Here we are talking with respect to the fusion of stamens, dear students. Now let me tell you, here the word, there is something called as Monoadelphous Stamens. Now what do we mean by Monoadelphous Stamens? Let me tell you, if the stamens of a particular flower are fused together to form one bundle, then such a type of arrangement is called as Monoadelphous Stamen. Now you can see on the screen very beautiful example of a China rose flower, dear students. So in China rose flowers, you can see that the stamens are fusing to form a single bundle, and that's why it is called as Monoadelphous stamens. Here you can see there is another example of a flower in which there are two bundles of stamen. So there is, on one side there is one bundle in which there are 9 stamens which are fused together, and then the another bundle of stamen which is absolutely single bundle, right? So there are two bundles, and that's why such a arrangement is called as Diadelphous Stamens. Here the example of Diadelphous Stamens is pea flower. Then we have, dear students, basically Polyadelphous Stamens. Poly means many, and at the same time you can see here that there are many stamens. At the same time they are not at all fused and they are free, completely free. So these are kind of arrangement of stamens is called as Polyadelphous Stamens. The best example for Polyadelphous Stamens here is nothing but citrus flower. So coming back to the question, dear students, that the question was asking us, plant shows Vexillary Aestivation as well as Diadelphous Stamens. I am pretty sure that now, since you have understood the different types of aestivation and different types of also the arrangement of stamens, and now you also know the different examples, I am pretty sure you know the answer, dear students. Okay, but before actually going to the answer, let me also tell you the different uses of this particular plants which are there in the options. Let's try and discuss the different options. Let us also see the examples of different options which are mentioned. So the first example which I had mentioned, first option which is given over here is Colchicum autumnale. Let's try to see the petals of this plant. So if you see Colchicum autumnale, dear students, here the petals are not at all in the Vexillary Aestivation. So basically this cannot be the right answer, right? This is kind of Imbricate Aestivation, and hence, dear students, this will not be the right answer. Let me tell you, this Colchicum autumnale is also known as meadow saffron. This is a common name for this plant, and from this plant we obtain something called as saffron, and we all basically use saffron in our day-to-day lives, and it has got its own medicinal benefits. So you can remember this just as for the knowledge sake, guys. Okay, so going ahead, the next is pea flower. We all know pea flower, the pea plant, and we all use pea plant. This particular plant had shown the Vexillary Aestivation, so the answer can be pea plant, right? So please remember this plant, dear students. Now going ahead, this is Allium cepa. Again, can you see the petals of this plant? These are not showing Vexillary Aestivations. Even the stamens are not showing Diadelphous arrangement. So here you can see the stamens are free basically, right? So again, this particular plant is commonly known as onion bulb, which we use in our day-to-day lives as a vegetable. So again, this is not the right option. And the last option, that is nothing but Solanum nigrum. Dear students, this is commonly known as black nightshade berries. right? So the berries of these plants, but let me tell you, these are not at all edible. These are poisonous, dear students, and they are not used as food. So again, if you talk about this flower, it is not showing Vexillary aestivation. Okay, so now coming back to the question, if you notice, out of all the four options, there was only the second option, that is nothing but Pisum sativum, right? That is basically the scientific name of pea plant, and this plant shows Vexillary aestivation as well as the stamens show Diadelphous arrangement, and that's why the answer is nothing but Pisum sativum. So I hope, dear students, you understood the concept of aestivation as well as you also understood the arrangement of stamens. Dear students, if you have any suggestions or doubts related to the topic, please put it in the comment section. Also, please don't forget to like, share and subscribe to One Page Biology. So see you all in the next video, guys, with some another biology related question. So till that time, this is Praful signing off. Bye bye, take care. Thank you so much.